abyssal type stuff usually, unless they have like weak disables and you can. So it's like kind of situational is the way that I look at it.
Okay, yeah. I kind of like that. I think the idea of the like some of the safe lane Omni Knight that we've seen where he goes the Radiance, I could see that being applicable just depending on what the meta is. Just depending on basically if that same Omni Knight Abaddon safe lane carry that we saw from like K1 Hector, if that's viable in the meta, then why not this new Omni Knight with his shard?
Didn't work out, obviously, for OG last time around, but there were also other issues during that game. We do have a draft in front of us. They are tagged up as MUDGOLEMS, but as you know, it is now Tundra Esports. Hopefully, we'll be able to change the team names from both High Coast and Tundra Esports in the match ticker soon, so that the orgs get the proper exposure they deserve for picking up these squads.
Yes, Kyle?
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, it's maybe.
Maybe what?
Just I think Thursday's a work day, so.
Oh, Thursday. Get it. Okay.
The Knicks' first pick from MUDGOLEMS, versatile as well. The Earth Spirit from OG. I actually just think Earth Spirit matches up way better against Knicks than people gave credit for at first. You have multiple disables. It's easy to catch him out of invis before the carapace. And I'm just saying, it could be a Thompson or a sub Earth Spirit.
I think that's an advantage that MUDGOLEMS also has. So I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't opt for Earth Spirit as the go-to hero. The advantage, OG has a slightly better advantage though, because they can also do Thompson Morphling and he can turn into the Earth Spirit, which we've seen that be quite the terror. Meanwhile, MUDGOLEMS, I haven't seen them do that. All I've seen is obviously Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it's because they banned out OG banned out Bat. So the Knicks, in my view, loses value. Darkseer into Knicks, though. That is a little odd. It is very difficult to play DS against Knicks. You can get carapaced by just shielding anybody. And the mana burn starts to hit real hard later in the game.
I feel like it's a decent matchup against like Grimstroke 5, though. And maybe that's why OG's comfortable picking this right now. It's just because against certain carries, it can be iffy, but it's not that difficult to dodge Grimstroke, Stroke of Fate. So I feel like Darkseer himself won't be quite as pressured as normal. And obviously it's a strong dual lane, so.
Any chance 9 is practiced? The Thompson Grimstroke?
I think we have seen him play it before, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I've seen him play pub with it. So yeah, I think it leaves both drafts pretty flexible right now.
Pugna looks real nice for MUDGOLEMS as well. Later on,
10 seconds
we
remaining.
saw that at TI from OG's side, but I'm a huge fan of the
5 seconds remaining.
The Rend plus the Decrep on 2.
So a lot of flexibilities with both of these openings, meaning we should hopefully be able to read something in the bans coming out, because both of these teams
10 seconds
remaining. I mean, they just should fully focus on themselves, right? That's all you can do when you have these openings, really.
Yeah, OG's is a bit confusing to me though, because in my head this is most likely your 3 and your 4, your offlane, but I don't typically see OG do that. And assuming Earth Spirit can core, that could even be a Darkseer for Soxa. So you could be picking an offlaner for all we know. I think that's very unlikely, but that's what makes drafting against OG so tough.
What do you think about OG? Because I think it's a really good Rubik game. Them drafting up Rubik, which then gives you the flexibility. One of them is 2 and one of them is 4, and you actually don't know which until. I always like Rubik against Knicks, and Grimstroke is like an incredibly good steal most of the time.
That's true. I wouldn't mind it for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
Something we should also keep our eyes out for is obviously the Nature's Prophet, still in the pool, and a hero that we've seen also be very flexible and very successful as well.
Yeah, MUDGOLEMS drafted a lot of them.
Not in the series that they played so far, but OG played it once, and we saw Alliance be super successful in it in the one game that they did win.
I'm a huge fan of Earth Spirit and Furion as well, just because it's that concept of high reach and a global hero. So, you have some lane, Earth Spirit rolls in, a TP comes in, Furion ult, and somebody's just rocked. There's no time to counteract. I'm surprised they banned Ursa. I thought OG might even pick it, but they opt for the Jug instead. Really good synergy with the Darkseer. It's kind of self-explanatory. And Nyx, Grimstroke really don't do much against them.
It's really good against Grimstroke Nyx. I mean, it's kind of nice for them that they could just show Darkseer like this, and then their opponents feel like, all right, ban out all the good Iron Shell heroes that are cores, you know. But I feel like there's still so many good heroes left. Like there's a ton of melee heroes that are decent. So, and they still got one that works well. So it feels like just a nice advantage there.
Mm-hmm. For the first time, we see Tundra go into their bonus time now as well.
So what are some cores that do well against Juggernaut that have some sort of piercing disable? There's Puck still out there, Bloodseeker's out there. I don't think you're doing
PA core.
Toss.
Yeah.
PA, okay.
What's funny is like a lot of them got banned out by Mudgolems.
Yeah.
And OG banned Ursa for that same reason. You could go for something like a Weaver, but I just don't know. Then your draft's just so squishy.
Yeah, I never feel good
limited.
about Weaver, right? It's not a convincing hero to me.
I don't like it against Earth Spirit either. It's just full dangerous.
Bloodseeker it is.
Yeah, it's really good against the Darkseer.
And you got a nice combo with Grimstroke that we've seen a couple of times now.
Yeah.
So.
And again, it is once more flexible. Ooh, hero that we've seen be very successful in some other regions. Witch Doctor coming out.
It's one of the strongest laning 5s. Great damage, great attack animation, easy setup stun for the Jug. Rubik Cap's point still is nice, but I think that they just want to make sure that their Jug has a free laning phase, especially if it's a Bloodseeker off lane, which is likely.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you kind of need a strong 5 because if you can't kill him, you're going to have issues.
Yeah, I don't know how you pressure Juggernaut Witch Doctor lane. Like between the combination of him going Magic Immune and having Voodoo Restoration, really great defense. On top of that, Maledict plus Spin is killing a lot of heroes. So dangerous lane.
Mm-hmm.
I've been kind of losing faith in Bloodseeker as a hero the last couple series. Like if he feels like if he doesn't win his lane as an off lane or like stabilize really well, that you get put in a really dangerous spot. But maybe that's just because we watched some one-sided matches the last couple sets that he's been played. But when Nigma plays him, for example, Mind Control almost consistently like gets more last hits and lanes better than the enemy carry does and makes it look really good. But if you don't have lane control and you're not getting those thirst heals, the hero just falls off really quick, I feel.
I've also noticed some lineups just straight up like don't take enough initiation with Bloodseeker. I think it's super unreliable just to be like, okay, we're going to rupture a guy and run at them. Like when they don't have one of those like Puck Bat Rider type mids that starts fighting for you, I'm kind of unhappy.
You guys were talking, that was what I wanted to see, the Death Prophet.
Well, to be fair, you've been calling Death Prophet for like 90 years.
Yeah,
I know.
You say it forever. At some point, you've got to be correct.
So this was something we used to do back in Complexity because Limp we would always leave Limp on an island for some reason, and he would get roamed on constantly, and he loved to play DP against Earth Spirit because you're so good at anti-ganking. Like you can't really kill a Death Prophet with a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And in addition, in this game, the silence is super effective, and you have a natural escape for the Omni Slash. You give tower pressure, you can get buffed up by the Bloodseeker. Drain does work with Grimstroke Ultimate as well. It's just the perfect pick. And sustain damage. Like this hero just does everything.
I wouldn't say perfect pick. They have no save mechanism for a Death Prop. I don't like that. Like you will set Omni Slash for a certain amount of time, but you don't have something that fully stops the pressure on Death.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
There's still chance.
Radiant team.
Still one pick to go. Brewmaster actually is the ban coming out from OG, and we got a Sniper ban.
That was a very good ban.
The Sniper?
Yeah, it is the counter to DP. You don't really have much reach for him. And if you look at the OG lineup, like they're going to go fully in. It's very easy to play Sniper. And Thompson Sniper is the real deal. Are they banning Invoker? Yep, of course you are. You got to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I would have loved to watch Sniper get played. Said.
And OG have last pick, so it'll be whatever Thompson wants, unless it's an Earth Spirit mid, which is still possible. But I don't know.
Then it would also be what Thompson wants. It's basically coming down to Thompson. What do you want to play? Earth Spirit is in the rotation as well, so...
you know what's really good here? Visage.
Why?
As soon as you hit 6, Death Prophet can't play the lane. It's very tanky. It's tough for Bloodseeker to deal with you because you can run away with Rupture and it doesn't take off Gravekeeper Close stacks, so then you can just stand still at a point. It's an int hero, but Nyx doesn't really do much to him. You don't care about getting leashed by Grimstroke. And there's a lot of synergy when you consider Jug has Healing Ward. Darkseer is going to get all the support items. This gives you tower damage, raw physical damage, and a frontliner all in one.
I'd be kind of down with it. I think the break mechanics is the only thing you're kind of scared of. I would actually like MUDGOLEMS to put this Bloodseeker safe lane and give us some sort of save mechanism out of their offlaner. Whether it's the traditional ones, maybe they go, I don't know how OD is for this game, but
Imba Spirit.
ban Omni type heroes. They don't though. They're going to stick with the Bloodseeker 3, which I
like it better than carry at least. I think carry Bloodseeker just feels too slow.
Ember's also, we saw this in the last game.
Remaining.
Even Kazu messaged me like, you picked Darkseer.
5 seconds
Coddle.
remaining.
Like, it just doesn't work. Ember loves playing against Darkseer. He'll just farm under tower, go this like chains build, kill you. Visage no longer as good, but it's still pretty good. You definitely need some physical damage from the side of OG. You're not going to get a catch advantage. I could see them going for a Shadow Fiend as well. It's actually a pretty free SF game. You have excellent laning matchups.
What about like Void Spirit or something like that? That's still in the pool.
Against Grimstroke and the Silent, like there's too much
like
disable.
Yeah.
You need something more formidable, and I think you'd prefer a ranged damage dealer. You already have 3 melee.
But that's one more Iron Shell, Kyle. Why not just pick more melee heroes?
What is the potential for the Earth Spirit mid here? How are the Earth Spirit mid matchups?
I think you need a more value hero as well, because like I don't see what offlaner, or rather 4 position, feels good. Like that changes the game enough. You know, it's not like you can pick some ET last pick.
They picked Kling's last pick. That's been a while.
Okay.
All right, Purge, give us the rundown. You like it? You don't like it?
I like it because it gives them something that can actually gank on the map outside of like Earth Spirit setups, basically. It's a lot of physical damage. Death Prophet is a little bit weak to that, and he's fast, so as long as he doesn't get ruptured or like slight chains out of position, a lot done anything. So I think it's a good idea here. Yeah.
It's going to beat the Ember Spirit in lane, right? It'd be pretty rough. Seeing these Clinks, I don't know how to feel about Clinks, but sometimes I feel like he's overwhelmingly powerful stats that he gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have to keep in mind that the DP will be the offlaner and Bloodseeker will be the safe laner. So, see how that goes. Kyle, what do you reckon?
I like it. It fills the same role. Like I'm thinking Visage Clinks kind of does the same role, but better. It's like more physical damage. You are invis. You can play better around your Earth Spirit, and you're a little faster. Visage needs a lot of time, and you're more creep focused. But a Clinks with just Deso BKB at a point, like you kill everything. I think the new Ags is something we'll see Thompson pick up, and yeah, I like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I like the Death Prophet off lane. These Death Prophets in non-2 positions. I like it when they can really pressure the lane. I don't think you quite do that against this Juggernaut Witch Doctor lane, so I'm not in love with that either. Sticking with OG.
All right. Well, let's see how they do here in game 1 of this best of 3 series. It is time to head over to our commentary duo of OD Pixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, game 1 ready to go between Tundra and OG. Fogs, we're ending the draft here with the Tops and Clinks. I mean, what's sort of your thoughts on this hero at the moment?
Unsure. I've not been seeing it too often. I saw it very frequently when it first got changed, and I think it got nerfed a little bit, right? When it first got added with the very ridiculous skeletons. Maybe it did get... Oh, yeah, the talent got changed. That's what it was. You could summon too many skeletons, I think it was, that people were complaining about in particular pubs. Very good single target focus. I think that's what they're looking at, and also just a thing that synergizes with the jug to push buildings. It's different. Curious to see what build he does go for. If he does look for getting I think that BKB Deso Shard doesn't sound too bad, something along those lines, but we'll see what Thompson's feel of it is.
Feeling good. Yeah, I mean, sort of overall from both of the drafts, do you sort of like what's going on from both teams, or do you see sort of any holes in either of the sides here?
I'm worried. I'm a little worried just because these Bloodseekers, I feel like they've been falling a little flat for me in a lot of these games when they are they're the offlaners. Oh, Saksa, he's going to get scouted doing the rolling ward play, so that's going to get de-warded almost instantly. That to the Ember, who is going to be mid. That is a offlane Death Prophet. And it is actually the safe lane Bloodseekers. A little bit different. The panel was talking about it was offlane. They've switched things up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and what sort of reasoning is this for? Is this a certain matchup that they're trying to get going?
I guess they feel that the
30 seconds to battle.
Because it's not going to be easy for
is decent too. I think it's in particular kind of similar. The Ember and the Bloodseeker idea, the concept of it is that they can both just be fine under the tower.
Yeah.
Darkseer's pushing it in.
Good man.
Huh. And I guess, I mean, who else are you going to throw into the offlane? I guess like they wanted to have a Bloodseeker carry around like a Death Proc.
So yeah, to the point, what as you said, you just wouldn't feel good having the Ember on the top lane, so you have to put the Ember then mid, but then that does leave the problem of you're against Thompson on the Clinks, and as Cap said on the panel, right, this is not a fun matchup for the Ember.
Yeah, I don't know. They had to kind of make something work with it, and they did want to have, I guess, some kill threat and stuff down bottom. I'm not sure. This is actually really interesting. They have done this before. We've seen this a bit in the past. A Death Prophet off lane now, but I feel like you're kind of susceptible. Even though you're a little bit speedier now, you're 335 hero up top. Like fight fire. This looks like a scary lane. Like Jug should be threatening kills kind of constantly up here, I feel.
No, absolutely, yeah. Comboed with the Witch Doctor, once No Tail got a point or two in the Maledict, that and the Blade Fury will an easy kill every time on Tobias as Nyx Assassin, and if they've got the movement speed advantage on the Jug, but 33 has to be very, very careful. No amount of Siphon will offset the damage that he's going to get coming in from that combo.
Yeah. This is cool though. I'm trying to think of I guess it's just because Skitter can actually do the best in bottom too. I'm trying to really think about why they would want to have
against this
setup,
because it's quite a powerful duo lane, right? This Earth Spirit Darkseer. Once there's a few points in the Iron Shell, they're going to be playing aggressive in your face.
Yeah, but with Grimstroke and Bloodright, right, they can spam the wave out so hard that they probably don't have to worry about it. Yep. But they could have also put Death Prophet there, but then maybe, I don't know. This is just probably the best lane that they figured they could have it all set up as, because it's going to hurt the Ember a bit here, but I think I think he'll be able to get last hits anyway. Even though he's going to get pushed out a bit, he'll be able to farm under tower as a sim.
Yeah, we'll see.
The next level play.
We'll see sort of how hard it is going to be, once probably, already sort of just having 2 points to steering arrows. It's just this consistent harass that top no struggle throwing out towards him.
It is so much damage really that steering arrows does now at level 1 and 2. Like 24, 36, 9 is already getting pressured. He's got the strafe ready, so you can catch him off guard if 9 doesn't play careful.
No, but as you say, the first few waves, 9 doing a grand job of getting, trading CS very nicely. 12 last hits on him, missed any. And how are we looking on our side lane farms? For Skeeter, he's farming fine bottom, up top as well. I guess he's sit on this top half of the map. Against these two, mid one shouldn't really get any pressure on him, right? This should be a pretty free farm jog lane.
Yeah, it should be for the most part. It depends on what happens with the creep pulling and everything like that. But yeah, we're seeing mid one. He's chasing away the Nyx to disrupt the pull, and they're trying to reset that lane. Yeah, mid one should be just fine up here. It's just if they're able to find any kills, they are kind of speedy. And do I see that right? Yeah, 33 is bringing boots down, so that's what they're going to use to prevent them getting spun down. Boots on both of these heroes.
The next label play.
No tell. Start there with a Maledict. Step away. Let's see Skitter get aggressive onto Saxa. Right down. Feet out of that.
Yep, solid lane start here for, I'm going to say Tundra, even though, everyone remember, this is now Tundra.
This is now Tundra. Tundra Esports.
Yep, that's a great start. All 3 lanes pretty much perfect. So this setup right now is working, and I'm seeing bottom. Yeah, they can't pressure Skeeter at all. Like, this is definitely the right choice for them to have this. It's still early days, right? The level 3, the Darkseer has just kicked in, but still he's able to just do just fine. Bottom might have to be a little bit careful if he steps up, depending on how much they get with these ion shells. The vacuum is skilled.
Top. 3. Trying to get aggressive. Here we have the combo. Maledict down. With the Blade Fury, he's going to have to siphon the Creeper just to try and get some extra heals to help him against that Maledict tick damage, and it will keep him alive.
Yeah, that was nice. Nice little siphon pulling the creep with him. And he's actually, I think there's mid one's missing quite a bit of last hit, so it's only a 13 in comparison to the 16 of his Death Prophet on its counter.
Oh, that's true, actually, yeah. As we saw, a bit of time was spent where he's sort of chasing away Fiverr from making the pull to the side, but sacrificing some of the farm. They're going to go aggressive once more, but nice stuff from Fiverr holds him back a little bit. Won't be enough, though. Mid-1 still able to commit him with the Blade Fury onto 33. 33 will go down there. He's able to bring No Tail with him, so OG decides to get that first blood.
Finally able to find and capitalize on an opportunity. Being mid, Thompson was able to go and check the rune. Actually, nobody else checked the runes. It was actually just the mids this time around. Thompson's able to take it away from 9. And he's getting close to 6. So we'll see what he's able to do with the first level of Death Pact. Because the first level is not really the greatest.
Trying to make sure that it's getting going on him. I'm going to start trying to run the down. Of course, Thompson is low. He's getting a little bit of a burst at this stage, but not enough to keep him convinced to continue to chase. Still has control of the bounties down bottom. Thompson, a salve shipped out to him.
What surge is this?
Himself in a much better position to remain in this lane, and as we see, of course, Thompson getting the foul. Very much an item that's suited to a lot of these types of mids that just do, especially with that little bit of mana regen, allowing Thompson to not really have to worry about getting any sort of clarities or anything out on him when he's spamming these arrows.
I like it quite a bit on these frail, edgy heroes, like on the Deuces, the Weavers, now Clinks. You know, it gives you that 175 HP is nothing to laugh about. It's actually quite a lot here for these edges. Yeah, he's pulling ahead. Definitely pulling ahead in that lane. And we see Seb, he did pick up the bottle, as we've seen kind of done very often now in these Dark Seers, since you control that bottom rune. Still, only level 4 suffering, same as 33 is.
9, going to be able to grab himself the Gen, or down, and he'll have... Yeah, Grim's coming across top lane. They're able to get in on top of No Tail. Fiverr is going to TP out straight away, and that mid lane setup, you say, Butter, swinging across, joining forces with 9 to take down Thompson. Very, very nice move. I mean, 9's, this is the start of the game for 9's going to be very important, because as you imagine, Thompson himself, he's going to want to start making moves around the map as the Clinks. As long as 9's sort of in a similar position in levels and farm, 9's going to be very ready to react and sort of just fight straight back into the face of Thompson if he does begin to show on these side lanes.
Yeah, and Clinks can always be pretty frail. You have to play around your Death Pact cooldown completely inside of those fights.
Top lane, attempt onto 33 again. The Siphon heals. Is it enough to keep him alive against this rig? Trying to get out to the side. One has the Omni Slash to secure the deal. Make sure 33 cannot escape. Bottom lane. Bottom. They're going to make a go here. To Seb. He has got a TP scroll, but yeah, he knows he cannot get out of this one. Too much damage there thanks to the combo instead of the Blood Bright. Tundra getting some good kills here early on with their cores on pretty much every lane.
Yeah, and I feel like the Rupture in particular, this game could have some massive effects. Because they have the Grimstroke too, they have potential for the double Ruptures, but they're playing versus some heroes that do require some mobility in their aspect. The Dark Seer, the Earth Spirit, the Clinks in particular. That's for sure. Some
nice little body blocks. Mid-1 trying to get an aggressive onto 33. Healing ward also down, so Mid-1 will be fine. Damage has been done to secure 33. Popping through this damage, and Saxa this time around coming in for that extra bit of firepower to make sure that 33 is not able to live through it all and chase down Mid-1. Salvat as well. Mid-1's fine.
He didn't bring Mid-1's Midas on the courier when he TP'd up, because Mid-1 went Midas on Jug.
Oh, damn. I mean, 8-minute Midas, you're going to be happy with that timing. It's not a bad timing at all. I mean, we saw the other day, Mid-1, just straying a little bit from the norm with the builds. I mean, not that Midas is incredibly rare, but it's not something that sort of, this upper division teams are going to be buying every game on their Juggernaut. Always fun to see, Mid-1, he's feeling the Grieve route, and, but I'm always happy to see that.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to use the Midas right away on a big creep. So, okay, cool. I mean, clearly he's trying to experiment a little.
Yeah, because we saw before where what did he do before? He did Mage Slayer into Aghanim's was the build he did on Jug the other series.
Was indeed. Fada making the rotation mid. Smoke does break. Thompson's Death Pact, just ends.
There's a reaction here from OG. They're going to go across. Each first stun does connect onto the two of them, but there's 4 members of OG here. 9. Until be a little cautious, keeps himself to the side. They'll try to chase toward Fada. It looks like OG won't actually be able to catch either of them there. Not losing a hero. They'll keep their mid alive, keep Thompson safe, but won't quite be able to catch even members of Tundra there.
That might be the name of the game a lot of the times in this game too, is just unable to really catch. A lot of this catching is really going to be pressure on Stoxa. As we see, you know, he's playing versus elusive Ember. They only have the Witch Doctor stun beside him, really with the Darkseer back, which doesn't really count. The 9 will get cast up. No-till will at least force his hand.
Has 9 has he got anywhere out? No, I'm interested to see what Midway's going to buy after this Midas, because you see this inventory like the Brown Boots, Midas, triple branches. I wonder, is he going to go for something like a Bots or a Battle Fury? I hope so. That's the true juggle. Yeah, Midas and the Battle Fury. We'll see if that's on the mind of Midway. See if he knows.
I'm thinking he's gonna do something crazy.
I feel so right. When you see nothing queued up, you know. Because you don't queue something up if you don't want your teammates to know what you're going to buy. You know what I mean? He knows in his head, I'm going to buy this item, but I don't want my teammates to know.
And he's got the bots queued up, man.
Has he got the spots? This is the Ben Wu, right? The Merlini build.
This is the Merlini build. I think it was what No-Tail was the one who was saying, or who was the one? One of them on their team. If you're trying to learn anything, don't learn from us, because they're
Midas spots coming to a pub near you. Let's see if
and I've seen Thompson building this item on heroes in pubs.
Yeah.
He's building the mage player on the Twinks.
I mean, it's a good item. It's a good item. You know, you think, oh, it's just some. I think so too. It's what, magic resist, agi damage, a debuff, all for the great price of not a lot of money. Really, it's not that expensive in an item if you sort of consider just all the different things that it does offer.
The thing is that it has a cloak in it. Like, it's all the cloak is like the most valuable item in the game. Is Thompson.
There we go. There you go. Able to close the gap in. The setup's there. Thompson. He's down and out.
Tower is under attack.
Oh my God! They threw everything on.
Wait, did they rupture him as well? Oh right, they really didn't want him getting out. I mean, he's dead.
Is under attack.
We can confirm.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Yep, goes out. Same time, OG going for the split push down bottom. He knows he gets this. That's going to be the bot stall done. 9. He's in looking for that healing ward. We'll get it. Try and go in up onto him. Therefore down, but 9. He's prepared. Remnant back to the mid lane.
Radiant's
away.
bottom tower
Out
is
of
under
danger.
attack.
Get themselves a nice easy tower. And 33, he's also gone for a Falcon, but I'm not sure if you pointed that one out.
No, I didn't actually.
Lots of them.
Yeah, Falcon played definitely on the up right now. And Midway, that's the spot's done. So we can only imagine where he's going to go next. Midas Spots Battle Fury. Midas Spots Battle Fury. That's the build. I think he's going to be I think he's going to get the Manta next, right?
I think he's going to get
sort of
lineup or something, dude.
No, he's not going to get Radiance. He's not doing Radiance.
Mid one's insane.
I think Battle Fury's definitely on the cards.
All right. I mean, I'm trusting you. This looks like one of your games.
6-4 at the moment. 1K lead for Tundra ahead. Tundra, they're ready to fight here outside their jungle. They're going to look to set things up on the Earth Spirit, and they've got it. Saxon will go down to start. A little bit of a move. Mid-one's out of that. Straight up to the top lane. He's out of harm's way, and he's got a Midas spots. He doesn't want to be involved in any of this.
Dyer's top tower.
But he's involved in it now. You know, there you go. It's already value. He finishes up his. Now he gets a wand too. Look at that. Started something beautiful. Oh, he's queued it up. He's queued up the mouse.
The mouse.
All right.
I mean,
it's more normal now.
More normal, but it's one of the. It's sort of the. You know, he's saying, you know what, we'll get a normal line, but it's still good for farming, right? You know, he's still happy. He's like, all right, look, I'll keep everyone else pleased by getting something that's standard, but he's still going to be having a smile on his face because he's going to be cleaning those creeps up. White and red. Got the opening onto No-Tail. He's down for sure. So I think he gets Seb out of it, but he's been ruptured. He comes in, but quite clip on a Seb.
And look, mid one can always turn up. He's like, oh, you're low? I got bots, man. I'll come down and really ward you up, Seb. It looks like it's going to be a pretty passive style from OG, which I feel like they kind of have to now build because of the Jug. I think at least waiting until Thompson has his item or his level 12, because like I was talking about before, Death Pack level 1 it's okay. Level 2 it's so much stronger. How he went. That 8% is really a big difference. Or sorry. Oh yeah, it is 8%. Sorry, I got nerfed from that. It's going to be a little bit of time for OG before they look to actually fight. As we've seen, Tundra, they have a very strong team fight lineup, and with this 33 Death Prophet kind of leading the charge with this Ghost Scepter and a Falcon Blade, he's pretty tanky.
Yeah, he
can actually frontline.
Yeah, for sure. And if he's sort of able to get in there, they're going to have solid damage output from both Nine and Skeeter, at this stage where they're both going to have Maelstroms. Nine's also got a DD in the bottle. So, yeah, OG's got to be careful of any fight that Tundra do bring to them right now, because Tundra very likely to just come out on top and get some of these squishy heroes taken out before the action really starts. And No-Tail having to be very careful with his position.
Absolutely, and it's also the fairy trinket as well. Nine is actually got a crazy amount of damage caught up. Walk off the ward.
They're going to go in to take down Varda around these bounty ring spawns. Jump forward for Nine into the X-Force and on for two of them. Heals her out from No-Tail. That's going to be enough to stop Nine from chasing any further. As soon as this food of restoration and healing ward is out, OG's pretty safe. Nine, he's got to be careful. Slash is attempted by Midbon, but remember, we're still there. Nine out of mana though, and Tops and Sax are both in position for Nine to jump over straight into their hands. As Nine will get out another slice, but he won't get out of this one. It's OG with the 3 kills.
Wow, and I feel like that's pretty unexpected after you see the items that they're going for too. I was just saying, yeah, they're probably going to sit back and just relax for like a moment or two, but nope, setting up for bounties. Look at the sentry coverage on the bottom side. Just showing exactly where they want to fight, and just, No-Tail setting the trap. Yep. No boots on this Witch Doctor, but he's got sentry.
No, yeah, I really do feel, for Tundra, it's definitely a bit concerning if they're losing these fights against the team with the bots, Midas, Jung. He's going to be very, very happy with any sort of trade that they take.
Yeah, the 2 supports just stepping up a little bit too far. Viper, it's really, like I said, it's the sentry coverage, because Viper wasn't even in harm's area, but a sentry ward gets placed down at the bounty when he gets rolled on and he's dead. Like, it's literally 4 or 5 sentries just placed all there, waiting to fight. 500 gold committed G to get that advantageous position. And yeah, No-Tail, now he's...
The opening here, on 33. Tell, laying down the death ball. They do the impale to put a stop to it. Mid-one's on the chase with the Blade Fury. Okay, the backup from Nine. Turns up the slider fist over towards No-Tail. No-Tail just stepping out the side. Nine can't continue to commit. He has to back out of it. Silence onto Viper. Roll forward. Just trying to get the lockdown, but Viper's got the characters up into the stun. They turn. They take down the Earth Spirit. Skeeter, having running speedy. He's very fast. He may think about getting back in on this. Nine's trying to. He's got the X-Force done in a second. He's in the slider fist from Mid-one. Has the Blade Fury. Turns over on Skeeter, but Skeeter's cleaned up another. Pops the ball. Mid-one now in trouble. They'll lose a third. As Tundra, they're going to continue to chase. Soulbind connected the 2 of them. Have they got any stuns in range there, despite Carapace onto No-Tail. Got right down. No-Tail trying to run. He's taken out by another slide from Nine. 4 dead on OG. This is the sort of fight you expect to see Tundra's lineup have with the builds that they've gone for compared to OG that have gone the more greedier route.
Yeah, Sox's roll in kind of baits his team into a very unfortunate scenario. 33, he pops Exorcism, gets a beautiful, I think 3 or 4 man silence to start it off. Then a Blood Right to cover the ground too. Is just dream area for Tundra to set that up. And yeah, again, OG, this time a little bit overzealous. Sox putting his team into a little bit of a rough spot there with that roll in. But doesn't matter, respawn, OG, no hesitation. Now that Exorcism's down, now that the Ember used majority, 2 of the Fire Remnants at least, they can look to punch back. As Thompson, he's got his Death Pack too. And why not? A Philosopher's Stone too. So they're gonna...
All right, some more money. But, honestly, like OG, Midbon's got to be very careful in these fights. Especially when he's going the Ags after Maelstrom, right? They don't have any saves other than the Surge. And there's a lot of things that you would imagine as Jug you're probably wanting to Manta off when you look at Tundra's lineup. So if Midbon ever gets caught by these silences or roots, he's going to be in quite a lot of trouble. So they really do have to be careful, OG, how they fight with Midbon's Jug right now.
Absolutely. It's a very unorthodox, but it's very his style. Like you said, if he's able to make it work somehow, he's going to be a little bit, I guess, tankier with his stats. But it's going to be weird how he has to approach the fight.
On Tundra 9, going to be going for the BKB next, already about halfway through it. We see it again, 33's build, pretty perfect. That just sort of just getting as tanky as he can, as soon as he can. As we said already, putting the Ghost Scepter, now looking to finish up with that hood into an Eternal Shroud. Yeah, he's going to be quite the front line. He's just going to be able to step forward, pop those ghosts, and they're really going to have to sort of focus all the physical damage output onto him. But then, yeah, the Ghost Scepter, they can't really do that. There's nothing to sort of take it off him right now. So, yeah, 33's offlane DPC is going to be a huge issue in these team fights for OG.
Yeah, they're going to have to play really well around Exorcism. Either, reset as soon as it's popped, or just aim for him somehow at the start of the fight. So I really feel like he's going to be the biggest thorn in their side. He has the Eternal Shroud actually done, so he's going to be very problematic.
Despite Carapace, he's making them work for it. Mask out, and goes bouncing onto the two of them. Fiver. Yeah, he's going to be gone because of that one, unfortunately. Fiver there, 33 coming in next to 14. Trying to set things up with the soul line. 33. He's ready to go in with his deathboard on the high ground. He's going to keep himself to the side. We'll step away from it for now. Fiver comes out from Fiver with a Omni Snap from mid-bomb. Finds the perfect target. He's able to fully commit onto the Death Prophet. 33 after the Ghost Scepter have been used. And of course, 33 has no save then against that. This time round, Mid-1 able to find a clean opportunity to take down an important core.
It's pretty huge too, sure. OG, they committed after the that was like an 8-second duration exorcism, the now 2-minute downtime where I feel like OG, they can take advantage of that pretty heavily. Really does feel like Tundra is relying on that one. It's vibrant. It's a great setup on mid.
He's going to have a follow-up. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Saxon trying to come across. Got a bit of burst steal there. As Thompson's able to stand his ground and turn. In fact, Fiver's going to fall. Couldn't quite kill him in time. As Thompson able to, of course, just quickly grab something up with the Death Pact and have that extra bit of tankiness to withstand that attempt from Tundra.
The rupturing. Okay, he's got a BKB finish.
He's having to fully commit with the X-Cross done as well. They get the kill over to the side. They do lose the Ember. Mosquito, he's ready to look towards his next target. He's done Thompson trying to team the out. The damage from Mosquito is too much. Able to move into position, block off the attempted roll away from Staxer. No tell. And Mid-1 coming across though. The cast bounces causing issues for Tundra as Mid-1. He's just clearing up with the Brave Fury. Gets himself a few more out of this. Skeeter now with no BKB charge ready to pop. He's got to run. The Mid-1 Staxer there on the chase and this boost of travel movement speed. He's able to easily close the gap, stay on top of the Bloodseeker. It's going to be another one here for OG.
Look at it go. Thompson even tips no tail. Those cast bounces. Oh my god. Picture perfect. And I mean, I feel like it was just outfighting them there, chasing it 5 or 2.
He's trying to defend this, but he's down. Another kill for Mid-1.
Is under attack.
As Mid-1's really doing it here with what could not really be described as anything less than some sort of like mega Chad build. But this Midas spots, Maelstrom Aghanims. I mean,
and Aghanim Shard.
You don't get more impressive than this. You know, he has no fear against their lineup. He's just ready to start killing people, and he is. He really is 6-1 and 7.
I cannot believe how much he's owning with this. I mean, all right, well, pub's ruined. Don't mind it.
Oh, and here we go next at the Swift Blink. We saw him fix this into his build when he did the Mage Slayer Axe build the other day. And, I mean, Swift Blink's amazing. Did, of course, when some of the new Blinks came out, it was pretty much the weakest, right? But the recent buffs have just made this a very appealing item to get on these Agi characters.
Especially on Juggernaut. You blink and then you Swift Flash with the bonus damage, bonus attack speed that you're going to strike. Pretty cool. As mid, fight's kicking off. We'll get the reset with the Surge. No tail's going to hit price.
Oh, and Saxon's out. Back in Steph, giving a bit of safety for Saxon's TP away. They lose no down. Steph, can he get out of here? The chase is going to be on. Thompson, he's ready to sneak back in and look to kill 33. 33 pops the Ghost Step to the Siphon, keeping him alive a little bit. Silence down onto Thompson. They put the follow-up stun. Can they keep 33 safe and out of it? They can. 33's away. Meteor Hammer comes crashing down onto Thompson, but there's the wraparound from Mid-1. Comes in with the Swift Slash to get the kill, and he's ready to get out of there. No, he wants to stick around. Saxon, he's left back in. Here comes the Omni Slash. He's a big one as well. 9. He tries to throw a Remnant out, but he's low on mana. Phantom's embrace there in time onto Mid-1. 9 will be okay. Turns will slide if this change onto the two of them. Fodder and 9 still rather low. They've got to stick away from Mid-1. Another slash shot. Fodder pops the Ghost Step above. Mid-1's got the chase with the Blade Fury. Has the magical damage to kill him off. 9. Remnant still prepared off to the side. He'll make it away. But it's looking a little scary for Tundra here. They're down 3K, and they're just having to run the hell away from this Juggernaut anytime they see him, as Midbon's ready to chase down and kill them all.
That was such a weird way that it all kicks off too. I'm seeing 33 running through a wall of illusions, and the skeletons from the Clinks are actually killing him at the same time too. Then Topson full commits, somehow baits them to where Mid-One's going. Mid-One gets a wrap around. I mean, this is just constant fighting. As you obviously come to expect from OG, but a little bit of a different kind of style here with Mid-One. He's got the Eagles. I mean, he's unbelievably farmed.
So farmed. 24 minutes in with this amount of farm.
Level 21 as well, too. I mean, they're trying to match it. Leader's actually doing a good job, 7, 1, and 9, but he's still getting out-farmed. They're looking for a fight now, though, with Exorcism back up. Fiverr.
They want to catch Mid-One somehow, but it's so hard. Silence. Into the stun. They're looking down long enough to finish. He's trying to run Mid-One. Can they kill him off? They can. They will get him. They may lose a lot of heroes for this. The skeletons are out. They've got to keep themselves to the side of it. They've lost 2 cores for this attempt on Mid-One. They're going to lose a third. 33 cannot escape as they throw everything onto killing off this Juggernaut. But it cost them 3 cores to just kill Mid-One.
Topson just holds his ground and just right-clicks, pops the strafe, puts down the skeletons all over the place, too. And like I said, just committing everything in order to kill him off.
He's ready to look for more. Fiver's trying to hold back Topson with the combo. Topson's not going to get too much at all. Paralyzing Cask is out. The bouncers are there. Back over towards Fiver. Trying to sneak out of it with the Spike Carapace, but he's going to tick out to this Maledict.
My God. The No-Tail's Cask, there's like 40 creeps there and it bounces to him. I mean, lots of time now where OG gets to push in the lanes, pick and choose. They get to see the DD top. Jug's respawning in 20. They can probably threaten the Roche. Exorcism's going to be down for a long time. Jug or Topson can pick this one up. It's going to be Topson.
Yeah, Topson's going to start. I don't know if there's going to be any way that Tundra get over here.
And now you have 100% uptime for a death pack for Topson. This is the level 18.
Feeling good, man. Those extra buffs to go out to his cores. He's got that minus, needs to find something to use out. First of all, he wants to head over and have the finish off the Roche 9. Could look for a steal. It's pretty low. He's going to jump don't get the Aegis. OG get both. As Mid-One's able to pick it up, and now they'll start him down. Skeeter is attempting to get out of there with a BKB, but Sax was on the chase, keeping the magnetize going. Skeeter, he's got to run back to base, and he's not even going to make it. The damage from it enough as Saxa chases him down. They attempt to try and push OG out of the pit. Full commitment from 9. It doesn't pay off. As OG ends up taking everything and top. 33 in trouble. At this point, the Ghost Scepter, it just doesn't save him at all. Of course, Mid-Bomb, he's got that DPS talent on the Blade Fury to help him against such sort of defensive attempts.
And he's got the shard too. I mean, I don't know how that. Just using the movement speed anyway to keep on him. But I'm watching Topson. Dude, these skeletons. I was wondering why I didn't see this hero after he got like that 3-second nerf. It's called Rampant. Dude, he's just the single target damage that he's able to provide when he had 4 skeletons or 5 skeletons there. It just deleted them.
And also, potentially a dumb question, but that's why I'm here. Do indeed the skeletons apply the Mage Slayer buff onto everyone they're hitting? A debuff? Because if they do, then that's pretty good. You know what I mean?
I think they might, because there's some interactions like Flak and other things don't, but I know that actually might work. I'm going to watch to see these illusions right now. I've not been keeping track of that one.
No, they're done. They're done.
Okay. I was going to say that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I was going to say, if they did, that would be pretty insane.
Because it seems like it's only the tougher ones that do. Like it counts as like an orb, I guess, in a way, where Flak doesn't work, but Drow multi-shot does, but Drow split shot does.
I was gonna say Drow multi-shot doesn't, does it?
You know,
that would be pretty wild.
Split shot, the Aghanim.
The Aghanims, yeah.
There's like
Radiant bottom
9. Having to pop his BKB here. And he's gonna look to try and turn towards Saxa. Saxa has been ruptured. But rise down, Saxa. He should drop it. Saxa, can they get anything more though? Most of OG grouped up pretty tightly, ready for Tundra to try and make an attempt on them. Mask is out, Thompson chasing in the wheels down, back to one of the three of them. The mid one's there with a follow-on. Blade Fury is 9. He's just getting torn apart, has to run it out to the side. Carter will keep himself alive with the Glimmer taking a split slash from mid one, comes out onto Viper. Here's the Omni Slash onto 33. The Ghost Scepter protecting him completely, though, from that ult, so 33 will live.
Decent little reset, at least, from not dying to mid one. That Omni Slash whipping, but still, see the power of OG. As soon as that Emperor's BKB is going down, they pull from mid.
Support it to try and defend this. 9. They might just be dead. Switch Slash is up. 9 scores. He's got no buyback. Down for 70. 33's trying to hold on to the side of Speeder. Coming in with the BKB, gets in onto Tops. He's taking down Wong. They look for anything else. Mid one just beating into 33, forcing him to try and escape. Mid one is still good to go. Popping the Blade Fury, just taking down Speeder. This damage far too much. The Blade Fury DPS and that Iron Shell just kicking out too much damage for Speeder to deal with.
And this, I mean, Juggernaut's just looking like such a good hero with all these little upgrades that he's got in. Now Blade Flurry is, I mean, just your spin is so relevant with this build. We're seeing Maelstrom almost every game with this shard. And this one, I feel like we're really seeing a display of how much power it can provide its putt.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It doesn't matter if you're Ghost Scepter, you're just getting so much damage beat onto you as OG.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
rallied around with this Darkseer who's just buffing up his Jug.
We go with the Swift Link. The speed. Yeah, Swift Link into the Swift Slash. And if the damage ain't done by that initial burst with the Aghanim Shard ability, with the Aghanim's ability, then the follow-up's always going to be there with the Blade Fury and that movement speed to allow you to easily stay on the target. You cannot run away from this Jug.
Has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks
He's in again.
under attack.
Here he goes. 9. See if he can turn. He's still. Quite catch on to everyone knows it, but he's ready to just run back in. Both soul down, but Blade Fury is available. Vacuum onto the two of them. Barter's down. That comes down immediately from him. Skeeter is back in the game. OG, they got what they came for. The mid racks. Mid melee racks been taken away. We'll see what sort of fun.
They're going to keep going.
Yeah. Mid one's going to have Omni Slash back up in 5 seconds as well.
The next label play. The next label play.
Thompson just chilling on the high ground here. Knows that they can't really go on him. They're going to try 5-man smoke.
He has an arcane. He's just dropping skeletons. And right now there's 6 skeletons in this area for them to fight into. There's going to be more.
It's a very dangerous defense that they're going to have to attempt here. Tundra.
Radiant's top
8 skeletons. Now he's going to have 9 as soon as, or 10 skeletons as soon as he leaves this invis. Really tough.
They're going to try and wrap around that, opening it onto Saxon. Pretty tacky, backing down onto 3 of them. They've managed to get Saxon. See what more they can get. Skeeter heading up towards Seth. In the air, though, keeps himself alive with the yours. 33 does go down. Pipe back straight away. Skeeter will be able to pick up Seth. They've taken out 2. Still not to Notel. They'll find another. They are managing to hold the defense here, Tundra. With 3 kills. Thompson. I was trying to run, but it's too much damage. Middle's in as well. 33 with the Ghost Scepter will live. Skeeter TPing out. He cannot afford to run through this army of skeletons sitting there on the high ground.
Like, 9 had this, I mean, I've seen it multiple times now, but he gets hit once and his damage is completely negated because of that Mage Slayer. But in this last fight, he actually just pretty much died to Thompson skeleton. He remnanted through, slighted to dodge a little bit of it, and then Thompson just made another set and almost killed him with it. Thompson getting a little bit too aggressive there. And now he's, I mean, he's Desto on top of that. Oh, Jesus. Look at how cocky he's playing.
I mean, he's throwing it in underneath the noses of 4 of them with no backup behind him at all. Only a Manta to rely on. So how strong he feels right now, Thompson. Oh, Farder. Didn't even get the chance there to pop the Ghost Scepter. Died that quick. Skeletons up the cliff.
I'm honestly back to being like, why did people stop thinking the Clink after this first got added? Because it was so popular the first week.
Thompson having a poke at 9 here. 9.
Radiants are scanning.
Not able to find him though. And more members of OG are coming over. 9's got to be careful.
Oh my God.
Nearly going down. Skeeter might be forced to put the BKB. No, he's got the movement speed to make it away from that combo. Thompson's trying to chase, but Skeeter is away.
I mean, at this point now, they're so far ahead. It looks like they're just like they're kind of goofing a little bit, goofing on them a bit. And there's nothing that Tundra can really do to punish it. I mean, look at Mid One's build. He's got a moon shard on top after it, and I think that's what Mjolnir now afterwards going to be finished. So just straight attack speed. They do get the rupture onto Thompson.
Is under attack.
It's so hard to chase this though. They don't know what they're walking into.
Okay, the maximum attack speed build is online now for Mid One. 0.28 seconds.
These Twitch slashes are going to have sort of as many attacks in as sort of your average Jugs Omni slash with sort of how high his attack speed is.
If he's solar crested as well after the Switchblade with it, let's see.
I mean, look at him go. He's just zipping in, zipping out. They can't do anything to contain him. The Soulbind is down on the top of the stacks. Going to try and commit with the BKBs. Here's 9. Both him and Skeeter are trying to bring down Saxa, but the heal, the restoration and the healing will just keep them alive. Midmore jumps up on the back. He was over the 400. Midmore coming in with the first stack. I think we're popping a TP there in the midst of it all. Midmore. There's 33. He'll try and escape. He will manage to do so, but that's 9 down. No buyback on him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just accepting this huge burst of opening instead. Thompson does go down. They're heading over towards the fountain now. As 33 is dead. Fiber also dying outside of the fountain. Now it's coming to cover. Oh, they're dragging them out. Fiber's going to be dragged out by the vacuum. Skeeter, he's running in. But now he himself in a bit of a spot of bother. Fiber will help out with the impale. Into the hammer, no doubt diving in. Picks up a ghost scepter, he's fine. There's OG. Okay, Skeeter gets him. What? I mean, they're looking for some objectives here. Is it really the time to start fountain diving? I mean, they are 26k up there. It's OG. They're going to look for those opportunities to beat them right back into the base. And over the mid. Here we go. 10 times to Skeeter. Under this BKB. He's got to run. We'll make it out of there. OG, they're finished off the bottom set racks. And they'll just call it. They'll call it. They don't want to mess around with this one anymore. Tundra as OG will take game 1 at this best.
Wow, I mean, with a very farm-centric build on the Jugs, still able to just bring the fight to them every single back. I want to say like even from the 15-minute fight, even they were kind of winning some of them, which is a huge problem for Tundra because they went for more of these just straight-up fighting items. Their BKBs, it felt like they needed them to be 10